business, there's roles to be had. And I call these roles the 3 names. So we're going to have the T for technician, the M for manager, and the E for entrepreneur. And I was just speaking to somebody actually on the break time about this. And it's so important in your business that you look at it and think, what do I want my role to be? Because a lot of the time we just fall into the role, maybe with a technician doing everything and then we're like in it. But when you start developing your business, it's so important to go, well, what's your vision for your business? What do you want to do in it? So the technician is the person actually doing the job. And you might choose different roles within your different businesses as you expand them and have more than one business. I do that. So in some of my businesses, I'm purely the entrepreneur. I don't really get involved in any of the management side of it. I don't do the work in it. But then there's other businesses that I choose to be the technician. What am I today? What's my role today in this business? The technician. Because I enjoy it. It's my passion. I love doing it. So once you know what your role's going to be in your business, that's when you can start scaling it. Because it's so important to know it. So the technician is obviously the role here where you do everything. You're the person on the ground bringing in the money. Management, sorting out everybody else, bringing staff in as well, making sure things are slick. Or the entrepreneur, where you're the strategy, putting the strategies in place and doing lots of things for the business that allows it to expand. Now, what usually happens here when businesses start to scale and systemize is the person doing it doesn't know what they want to do. So it kind of all starts going a bit crazy because they're involved in every area, dipping in, dipping out, and it starts to confuse the people that come on board. Well, what's my responsibility? What do you want me to do? In the early stages here, so the business is like an infant. And I normally like a crying baby. While you're the technician, it's a crying baby. You're having to be there, you're having to do everything, you have to make sure it's all sorted out. As you move through the manager, it's like your business starts to become a teenager. This is where you might feel as though it's working, but you need to dip in now and again, just check some things are happening, systems are put in place, this is working. You can start to think, I can step away a little bit. I've got management people in place now. I've got my technicians that are fine. I'm going through the teenager side, and then there's the adults. When your business is the adult and it's systemized, that's when you can really start to step out. What usually happens is people go, oh, I don't want to be the technician doing everything anymore. Don't want to do it. I'm bringing somebody in. So they'll bring somebody in, but they won't systemize it or train them properly. So what happens is the technician starts doing all the jobs and the entrepreneur goes, I'm going up here and I'm going to be thinking about what needs to happen in the business and doing all of these things. And then what happens is there's too much of a big gap. So this person, the entrepreneur, the business owner, starts getting pulled straight back down to here, thinking, oh my gosh, it's not working right. Things are going wrong. It's not systemized. This isn't happening. That's not happening. And you start feeling a bit pissed off. Anybody ever experienced that? And you're like, why is it all going wrong? Can't people just do the jobs? And it's because of the systems. If you know what you want your role to be in your business, ultimately, then you know what needs to happen at each of these stages for someone to go in, plug that hole and do it well. Instead of what normally happens is people bring somebody in and they don't put the system in place and they abandon it and go off to something else. And then they go back and think, shit, it's not working. The reason it's not working is it's not being systemized. And very, very quickly, people just run straight away and go, I'm just going to be the thought leader, I'm going to be the entrepreneur. But you need to decide on something else as well. What's your passion? What fills you up in your business? Where do you want to ultimately be in there? Some people say, I love doing the actual technician role, like me now, in this business. I love delivering. This is what I want to do. So I wouldn't want to, give that away. So when you start to systemize your business, you're able to look at those gaps and what needs to be plugged by who. And then once you systemize it correctly, then that growth can be massive.